Okay, so in the previous episodes we've looked at possible hets, and in each instance we've seen some different percentages thrown out there. What I wanted to do is just revisit those quickly and cover those different percentages and just explain those a little bit clearer, just to give some clarity for you guys out there. So the first one we've got is when we pair heterozygous animals, is that we're going to get 1 in 4 that come out homozygous recessive. Now it left us with 3 animals. If you remember, those 3 animals were all wild type in appearance, but 2 out of 3 of them are going to be heterozygous. And that 2 out of 3 expressed as a percentage came out at 66% het. So yeah, that's that one covered. The next one we want to look at is when we pair a heterozygous animal to a normal. Now, in this case, you've only got 1 copy of your recessive gene on one side, so the chances of that coming out in the offspring is 1 in 2, which then expressed as a percentage is 50%. So a het over a normal gives you 50% hets. Okay, so the final lot of possible hets that we looked at were double possible hets. Now these guys were double possible het for 2 homozygous traits. They were 66% possible het for 2 traits. So you then got to look at the possibility of them being double heterozygous. So 66% het for one trait and 66% het for the other trait is again 2 over 3 times 2 over 3, which comes out at 4 over 9, giving you a 44% chance of being a double het. Then you then go on, because you actually want to try and pair that to another double het. To get another double het from your double possible het, it's the same ratio. So 66% again, 66% again, 4 over 9. So you've got 4 over 9 times 4 over 9, which is 16 over 81, which actually comes out at a 20% chance of pairing 2 possible double hets, for them both being heterozygous for both traits. Now this is why these animals can actually be priced quite low, because your chances of them both being double hets are quite low. That's something that you've got to watch out for. There is some great joy in pairing these double hets, but don't be fooled. Some of the percentages can be quite low. It's just a matter of understanding them and understanding what you're looking at purchasing. In some cases, or actually in most cases, it's best to actually get 1 possible het and actually get a true entity on the other side, because then you're gonna actually get the conclusions that you're looking for, or you're at least able to prove out the possible animals and not be left scratching your head at the end of the day. Thanks for watching that. I hope you got something out of it. It is a bit confusing, but yeah, that's what you're looking at. Okay, so that's possible hets. Yeah, it's pretty confusing, but yeah, it's something that you need to get your head around if you want to actually get some decent outcomes from these animals. So once again, we're going to go back into the classroom. We're going to have another word with Dr. Steve, and he's going to explain a little bit about possible hets.
G'day guys. This episode I will discuss possible hets. When purchasing new breeding animals, there are some things to consider. Single males can be paired with multiple females, allowing the prospective buyer to purchase fewer males than females. Considering the males will be mated with multiple females, it is ideal to purchase males that are homozygous for the trait, or a guaranteed het if on a tighter budget. Multiple females can be purchased to put the male over, to increase your chances of producing homozygous offspring. Ideally, purchasing guaranteed hets, or possible hets if trying to save money. I will now cover how to work out the chances of possible outcomes when purchasing possible hets. When buying 2 66% hets, the possible outcomes are both animals being het, the first being het, the second normal, the first normal, the second het, and both animals being normal. Because we are buying animals from a het-to-het parent pairing, the chances of the wild-type looking offspring being hets are 2 over 3, or 66%, and the chances of the animals being homozygous wild-type is 1 over 3, or 33%. These are the two fractions we multiply together in each of our possible outcomes. So the chances both females are hets is 4 over 9, or 44.4%. The first female is het and the second is normal is 2 over 9, or 22.2%. The first female is normal and the second is het is 2 over 9, or 22.2%. And both are normal is 1 over 9, or 11.1%. When these percentages are added, you can see it makes up our 100% as the decimals are recurring. So what are the chances that at least one of the females is het when purchasing two 66% hets? The following scenarios are added together and the result is 88.8%. What about when buying three 66% hets? These are the following possible scenarios and likelihoods, and the chances of getting hets within the group. The likelihood of getting at least one het is 96.23% when purchasing three 66% hets, compared to 88.8% when purchasing two. Thanks for tuning into the last episode of the Genetics Masterclass series, and keep an eye out for future videos on Blue Tongue TV.